Here we are at episode 3 of Ethereal Enigma. We're having fun, the recording's continuing, and we're waking up feeling alert and refreshed. We should fix that. I got to sleep in a little more. I got to sleep in a little more than usual. It has made all the difference. My boy, understanding what life is really about. After getting ready and finishing breakfast, Mina and I head to the bakery. It's a beautiful day, so the walk to work is fast and smooth. I hope my shift ends on time. I haven't forgotten that I'm meeting Kira at the shrine afterwards. Once we arrive, Mina and I throw on our aprons. I still don't know what part I have not gotten to yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's new yet. I also don't remember what's old either, so it's making me hard. It is making it hard for me to understand where it is that there is a difference. Sunlight filters in through the bakery's windows. Like, even now I'm like, have I done this before? I don't know yet. Highlighting the display cases filled with sweet treats. The fresh scent of bread and sugar mingles in the air, giving the place a warm and homey feel. Emiko finishes up a transaction with the customer before he ushers us over.
I'm so glad you're both here.
She pulls Mina to the cash register.
Sweetie, can you please take over the register?
No. Mina nods and helps the next person in line. Aunt Emiko hands me a tray.
Here is the latest batch of bread. Can you put them out on display for me, honey?
Ah, for you, the world. Of course, Aunt Emiko. Oh.
Thank you, dear. If you need me, I'll be in the back with your uncle working on a catering order.
What kind of catering order? As she disappears into the kitchen, I set to work. The store is bustling with hungry customers all morning. The bread flies off the shelves faster than I can restock them. Eventually, the rush dies down. As the last customer leaves, Mina lets out a deep breath and sits at one of the tables.
Phew, it's finally slowing down.
Love, I'm guessing that's kawaii. That's friend fan. I have no idea. Yeah, that last rush was crazy. She slumps against the table looking exhausted.
I just want one moment to myself.
Well, here it is. And now it's gone. A bell dings above the door. I look over and see a young man in the shop. He looks slightly older than us. Maybe he's a high school senior. Mina's eyes widen, her back straightens upright. Oh, did you find your senpai? I stifle a laugh. I thought you said you wanted a moment to rest and do nothing. Her cheeks flush.
Shush!
It's her senpai. The boy stuffs his hand into his pockets as he checks out the display case. Mina lets out a soft, almost dreamy sigh. You know what? I want to encourage her here. The problem is that I also want her and Kosei to be a thing. So I kind of want to go in here. I do not want to go here. You know what? Fuck it. Encourage her. I gently nudge her with my elbow. She jerks, snapping out of her trance.
Huh? What?
Huh? What? Huh? What? You're just standing there. Go on. Take his order.
That's what I was gonna do.
No, you weren't. She hurries off to the cash register. The boy glances at her and glances at her. Her cheeks redden.
Hi there. Can I help you?
No. He flashes her an easy smile, which makes Mina flush even brighter.
I've never been to this place before. Can you tell me about your hot cross bun options?
Attractive senpai. Listen, you're better off with Kosei. I'm just saying right now.
Oh, of course.
She clears her throat.
As you can see, you have some hot buns.
Go on. Oops. The boy blinks.
What?
She sputters.
Wait, I mean, your buns are fresh.
Oof.
Not your buns, my buns. Wait, no, mine, like mine from the store.
Why does your You remind me of Sonic the Hedgehog. Damn it. I said it. I finally said it. Nope. Okay. All right. Yes. She reminds me of like a Sonic the Hedgehog character. I don't know who specifically, but for some reason, her hair reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I finally said it out loud. I don't feel bad about saying it. Concern settles over his face.
Second thought, maybe something else. Do you have any bread rolls?
Yeah, I can roll your bread. I don't know. Mina nods.
Yes, roleplay is very important here at the bakery.
Oh, you're naughty. Okay. No. Okay. No. Now you're trying.
Role play?
Yes,
Her eyes widen.
just rolls. I mean bread rolls.
A breathless, stained laugh puffs out of him. He looks around for something else to order.
Maybe I'll just go with a slice of pie.
I already know where this goes. I mean, bread rolls was your out. Your out was bread rolls, and now we're at pie. You know what?
Of course. Do you want a cream pie?
Abort mission. Mina quickly catches herself, and her face turns bright red.
I mean, a cream pie.
I hate it here.
Like, do you want a slice of a pie that happens to contain cream filling?
Jesus can't help me here. He just can't. He can't help any of us here.
Because it's called a cream pie.
Stop. He blinks then nods.
That sounds just fine.
She looks relieved.
No problem. Just 1 second, please.
Mina prepares his order and then disappears into the back. That's strange. The pastries are ready to go, so I'm not sure why she's back there. Oh, I know why. She returns a moment later to ring him up. As she pays, she hands him the bag.
Thanks.
He tries to take it from her, but Mina doesn't let go. She seems lost in a trance, staring into his eyes. He gives the bag a little tug. She snaps out of it.
Oh, sorry. Enjoy your dessert.
Enjoy your disaster. He gives her another odd look, then sits at one of the tables. When he's out of earshot, Mina lets out a low groan. She deflates against the counter. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to give her that. That was pretty bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no sugarcoating this. Water is wet, grass is green, Mina can't flirt. That was a disaster. Mina huffs and crosses her arms.
Oh, come on. It could have been worse.
It could have been. Oh, it could have been. I'm glad it wasn't, but yes, it could have been. Yeah, no, what do you mean you don't know about that? Mina gives me a pointed look. Suddenly she's smirking. Wait, I'm confused. Didn't that go really badly? Why do you look so smug? Mina grins and puts her hands on her hips.
Because, dear cousin, I am smoother than you think.
Oh, I hate it here. I don't like it here. No. I arch an eyebrow. Did we not just witness the same thing? She lifts up her chin and pins me with a confident stare. I got scared when I got to pins me. I was like, no.
Nope. Because when I was in the back, I wrote my number on the pie and frosting.
She looks over to see that he's already eaten half of the pie. Crumbles sprinkle onto the plate as he takes another big bite. Most of her number has already disappeared. Mina's face pinches in horror. That's not the reason why I did that, but she reaches out as if she can stop it, but it's too late. The deed has been done. Her body slumps over with shame.
World, why?
I laugh and pat her on the back. It's alright, Mina. Better luck next time. She groans. When the boy is done eating, he wavers at us.
Thanks for the pie. It was delicious.
Mina waves back, wearing a strained smile. The ding of the door announces his exit. Once he's out of sight, she has her face in her hands, crestfallen and defeated. I pat her on the back. There. On the plus side, work is almost over. She perks up.
That's true. And my friend and I have plans tonight.
Oh, right. Erilyn, sorry. See, it's not all that bad.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into another cute guy.
I don't care. Have fun. Just don't offer him any more. Mina playfully shoves me, but the smile is returned to her face. Emiko pops into the store.
Hey guys, can one of you help us out back here with the dishes?
Of course. I turn to Mina and flash her a grin. Mina would love to do the dishes. My boy's sake. Mina sputters.
What?
Emiko smiles.
Oh, great! Thank you so much, sweetie.
Love to see it. Score, no dishes for me. Mina groans but heads into the kitchen. Emiko returns to
That
turns
means
to me.
you're the lucky one who gets to help Hajime and me with our catering order.
Oh, whatever, I don't have to do dishes. Damn, I knew it was too easy. Who cares? I don't have to do dishes. Okay, I'll be there in a minute, Emiko. She nods, disappearing into the back. I pull out my phone and text Kira, letting her know I have to work late. Phone dings with a reply text. Kira agrees to push back our meeting time. I don't have to do dishes. Catering? Shit's easy in comparison to literally having to do dishes. I'm sorry, don't want to do dishes. I don't even do dishes. It is true I do not do dishes in my own house, but it's because I have a dishwasher. I just like, literally, I look and I'm like, well, the sink is loaded up. Time to take that shit, put it in the dishwasher. Dishwasher, do your thing. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, man, thank God for technology. Once I'm in the kitchen, I roll up my sleeves and get to work. There's a lot to do, but having my aunt and uncle to talk to makes it go by faster, I say. The rest of the workday goes by smoothly. When we're finally done, Mina and I hurry home. I'm running late by the time we arrive at the house. The first thing I do is claim the shower. There are worse things to smell like than freshly baked bread. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason that I would shower is because, like, oh, I've sweated. Not, oh man, I smell like bread. If I smell like bread, I'm like, bruh, give me this, like, I smell like bread. Like, I smell like bread. You smell like bread. That's not a bad thing. But I don't need to make people hungry whenever I walk past. I don't care. I smell like bread. After getting dressed, I'm ready to meet Kira at the shrine. As I pass by Erlen's room, I wonder if I should let her know I'm leaving. Her door is currently closed, but the information we hope to find directly affects her. Should I disturb her? I'm curious about this decision. I don't feel like a pixel fade game would let this decision be here without it being something. You know what I mean? Let's knock. I'm curiosity killed the cat. Remembering how rudely she woke me up yesterday, I decided to just knock. Gathering my fists, I rapped twice on the door. No response. Is she asleep? I knocked once more. Still no response. I mean, I came to that conclusion anyway. She shouldn't be with us, but I feel like if I had asked, it might have gone differently. Grabbing my things, I head out of the house and make my way to the shrine. The walkover feels longer than usual. My breath comes in gas as I pick up the pace. I know I see the familiar gates. Kira stands in front of them and greets me as I approach.
Hello.
Why do you look like you're about to like teach me like tennis or badminton? Hey, sorry I'm late. I hope you haven't been waiting long. She shakes her head. This is the first time I've seen her out of her school uniform. I must be staring a bit too long because she breaks the silence.
Is something wrong?
Yeah, you look like you're about to teach me badminton. No. I mean, but I mean, that's kind of the normal answer I want to give here, but like that seems silly. I mean, I guess to show interest? Sure, whatever. I snap out of my stare, feeling my cheeks burn as I look away. Kira's already beautiful to begin with, but this outfit makes her look so elegant and feminine. The school uniforms really don't do her justice. Sorry, I didn't mean to stare. It's just that you look really great today. My eyes widen as I realize how that sounds. Oh, now you realized it. Not that you don't look great every day. Every day's great at your true nest. You do. I mean, it's not like I've been staring. Is it just me, or is it getting warm in here? I feel the heat rising in my face. To my surprise, Kira bows her head in a graceful nod.
Thank you.
Should we head in? Kira nods. We go through the gates and enter the shrine grounds. There are a good number of people wandering about. Families crowd. Okay, I'm not going crazy. Families crowd the main hall, the main hall, wishing for blessings of health and good fortune. Many couples gaze lovingly at each other as they wish for happiness. Even more single people look wistfully around the shrine, holding amulets for love and looking around to see who is available. I wonder where we should start. Do you remember where you saw that thing in the sky? Kira looks up, shielding her eyes from the sun.
It was right above where Erilyn landed on you. About there.
She points to a spot in the air. I glance up at the sky. It's clear today without a cloud in sight. I don't see anything abnormal.
Neither do I. It's not like it was the other night.
Our best bet is to still find the old woman, then. I give Kira a description of what I remember. Scanning the crowd, I look for a familiar face for that mysterious old lady. The crowd of people is too thick for me to spot her. Oh my god, I can't talk anymore. Kira takes a cursory glance around her, too. We'll never find her this way. Maybe we should ask around to see if anyone's seen her. She nods.
If we split up, we'll cover more ground.
Yeah. We agree to meet. Wow. We agree to meet back here. I think because I read that as her, my brain was just like, we agree to meet her back here, and my brain couldn't understand why those two words went together. We agree to meet back here, and Kira disappears into the ground. Crowd. I take your time, Blackjack. I look around again, wondering who I should approach. The really happy-looking guy? All the people who know each other, right? Find someone who works here. Okay. My best chance of finding this old woman is to ask someone who also spends a lot of time at the shrine. There were a few groundskeepers sweeping the steps the night that I met the her. It was one of those moments where I'm like, I've messed up a few lines. Have I gotten to the point of drunk that now I'm just imagining a word being there? And no, I haven't. There were a few groundskeepers sweeping the steps the night that I met the her. The her. I did not make that up. There were a few more working here today. Recognizing their uniform, I approached the nearest groundskeeper. I can't tell if he's the same one from that night or not. Excuse me, do you happen to know if there's an old woman who frequents this shrine? The man looks at me, rubbing his shin.
You're going to have to be more specific than that. The elderly are always visiting the shrine.
Oh, it sounds like I'm bad. You're just tired and just pushing his teeth up to her mouth. She has short, gray hair. I try to remember what she looks like, but there isn't anything specifically identifying about her. She likes to talk about something called ethereal energy and encourages people to make wishes at the shrine. The groundskeeper frowns.
Ethereal energy. Listen, young man, I haven't got time for pranks. If you don't actually need anything, then please excuse me.
What do you mean? You're at a shrine. Why don't you know anything about ethereal energy? He thinks I'm making things up. Not that I can blame him. Sorry for bothering you. Thank you anyway. Let him be. The really happy-looking guy, then. I see a guy about my age with a big smile on his face. He's clutching an amulet and mouthing thank you to the sky. That looks like the face of someone whose wish was granted. I approach him. Excuse me. He turns to me.
What they say about the shrine is real. If you make an offering, your prayer may just be answered.
Okay, what prayer did you make? Pray tell. My heart does a little flip. That sounds familiar. Where'd you hear that?
Oh, from someone here. And they were right. I prayed for love, and I just got a text from the cute girl I work with. It can't be a coincidence.
Oh man, you're gonna get dumped in 2 days. He heard that from someone at the shrine? That's great, but back to who told you. Was it an old woman with short gray hair?
No, I don't think so. On second thoughts, I might have read it off a plaque. But that's not important. I have a date to plan.
I'm glad that you're filled with hope. My rush. He rushes off before I can ask more. Well, that went nowhere. It takes one to know one. Besides, if I were an old lady, who would my friends be? Probably other old ladies. I approach a woman who waits patiently outside of the offering hall. Excuse me. She jumps on my voice.
Oh, young man, are you lost?
No, I'm just young. Her eyes are full of concern. No, I'm actually looking for someone and wondered if you'd seen her. She's an old woman about your height with gray hair.
Is that your grandmother? Have you been separated from your family?
I'm trying. Is that your grandmother? Separated from your family? It sounds like somebody like sucking in their lips and trying to voice that out. It's actually really good because I can't convincingly do that voice, and that's very well done. I try to think of more details. No, she's someone who's enthusiastic about being called ethereal energy.
What? Esther's family? Hold on.
How is she doing that voice? It's really good. What? That's just family deal. But the way she's doing it, it makes it sound like she's taking her lip and like literally like inserting it into her mouth. She calls out to another elderly woman standing around the amulet booth.
Esther, this young man says you're his grandmother.
Alright, you sound more like you're really trying to be someone with juice out her mouth rather than someone who's Canadian, eh? No, actually.
What, dear?
The woman cups her hands around her mouth and shouts
This
again.
young man says you're his grandmother.
This is okay. Whoever voiced this, impressive.
What?
While they're distracted, I quietly slipped away. That didn't go the way I expected. It's good that nobody knows what I'm talking about. The sergeant returned to the meetup point. It hadn't struck me just how fruitless this endeavor was until I started asking around. Realistically, with no name or anything to go off of, what were the chances that we'd find this woman anyway? I don't have to wait long before Kira returns. A sliver of hope stirs in my chest. Any leads? She shakes her head. She shakes her head, squashing that tiny ray of hope.
You?
I shake my head too, and let out a sigh as I sit on the stone bench. Asking the locals was a long shot anyway. Kira sits beside me, and wordlessly hands me a bottle of water. Oh, thanks. Where'd you get this?
Over there.
She points to the other side of the hall where a small refreshment stand offers drinks, then holds up a second bottle for herself. Offer to pay her back. Accept this gift. It was nice of her to buy me this water. I won't ruin her kindness by insisting I pay her back. I appreciate you getting one for me.
No problem.
I take a sip. I guess now is as good of a time as any to take a break. I feel like that decision was actually important, but I also think I chose the right thing. She nods, drinking a sip of water. As I take another drink, I glance at Kira out of the corner of my eye. Her attentiveness just now surprises me. I didn't think she noticed the little things. I still don't have a good read on her. She likes to keep to herself and remains disconnected at school, so her interest in Erlen's situation is unusual. My thoughts return to the rumors. Is she really an Igarashi? Would it be rude of me to ask? Yes. As if sensing my thoughts, Kira turns to me, meeting my eyes. I may as well ask. I'm wondering something.
About the old woman?
No. No, about you, actually. She remains emotionless, turning back to her water because she doesn't want to fucking talk about it.
What about me?
Are you related to the famous Igarashi conglomerate?
Yes.
The change is very subtle, but I notice that there's a dullness in her eyes and a sharpness in her tone. Right, because so many people probably fucking ask her about this and she doesn't want to fucking talk about it. Huh? I would have expected a family such as yours to live here in, I wouldn't have expected a family such as yours to live here in Matsukaze. I thought you'd all live in the city.
I do.
I blink. So you live here by yourself. She nods, keeping her expression carefully blank. Sounds lonely. It seems like it'd be lonely, especially as someone new in town.
It's something you get used to.
Used to. So you've lived here. So you've lived alone before.
I attended boarding school in junior high and lived in the dorms.
I see. At least the dorms had friends who you keep. No. She hesitates.
Right.
No. I glanced at her. The way she said that didn't sound very convincing. Of course it doesn't. But now you're living entirely on your own.
Like I said, I've gotten used to it.
That doesn't make it any less lonely. Kira fidgets with her water bottle. If it ever gets too lonely, you're welcome to come by. She blinks. My face flushes. I met my family's bakery. Mina and I work there, so if you ever want to hang out, we're there all the time. She thinks for a second and hides her face before answering.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
She glances my way again.
Do you live with your parents?
No, my parents went to America. Lamos. I nod. But they travel for work most of the year and are rarely home. Kira looks in front of her.
Rarely home.
Yeah, but they always check in with me, so I hear from them often. And I still have my aunt, uncle, and cousin, Mina, in the house too, so I don't feel lonely. She blinks.
So you're always surrounded by family?
Yep, sometimes it can get a little annoying when I want my own space, but that's a small sacrifice to make. I can't even imagine how I would have gotten up for school back in the day if Mina wasn't around to wake me. She goes quiet.
That sounds very nice.
Her voice has a strange hollow tone to it. She fiddles with the water bottle in her hands. What about your family? What are they like? She remains silent. I wonder if I've offended her. As she's about to answer, a little boy who looks no more than 5 years older races up towards us. His cheeks are rosy pink. As he skids to a stop, he sticks a palm out in front of her.
Give me money.
It's just give me money. Like, it's different. Like, if somebody's like asking, like, hey, do you have any quarters? Like, I just want some quarters to play with the machine. My man just pulled up and just said, yo, give me money though. But fuck it, here you go. Boy wears a bright smile, watching us suspectingly. I can't help but feel my heart warm. He seems like a cute, overly excited kid who's momentarily forgot his manners. It couldn't hurt to help him out. Okay. I pat my pockets looking for my wallet. Kira holds out a coin.
Here.
The little boy's face lights up. I notice Kira's expression soften as he snatches the coin out of her hand.
Thank you, lady. Now I can make a wish.
Okay, that makes sense. Ask him what his wish is. Be careful what you wish for in the shrine. Be careful what you wish for in the shrine. Just make sure you don't wish for a rich, beautiful princess to fall out of the sky. Oh, sake! Why would you do that? A soft chuckle escapes Kira, but she quickly hides behind her hand. She turns away, covering her face. I guess she does have a sense of humor after all. She does. When she looks my way again, she pretends like nothing happened. For some reason, that makes me smile. Little boy wrinkles his nose.
Ew, no way! Girls have cooties!
Ah, you love to see it. He races off just as quickly as he arrived. I watch him pause by the offering box. He drops in the coin before clasping his hands together. God, give me that Xbox XEX series! So you have cooties?
Apparently.
I'd be like that sometimes. Still like you. A small smile teases her lips before she resumes her stoic expression. She watches a child squeeze his eyes shut as he makes a wish. I'm surprised you gave him the coin.
It's a small gesture that made him really happy.
Yeah. I can't help but smile. Kira does have a soft side to her, even if it's not readily apparent.
Koji!
A breathless woman runs after the boy. When she sees him by the offering box, she pauses, catching her breath. Spotting us, she hurries over.
I'm so very sorry for Koji. Please excuse him for disturbing you.
You know, he's doing his best.
He was no trouble at all.
You're too kind, but I know he was rude. And I apologize again for that. He's still young and too excitable.
You know, he's 5. she calls out to her son. Now, if he was 20, we'd have a different story here.
Koji, come here. Let me give you a coin first, and then you can make a wish.
It's okay, Mama. The lady already gave me one.
Nora turns back to Kira with wide eyes, and she bows.
Thank you so much for helping him. Please, let me repay you.
You don't have to. She tries to slip a coin into Kira's hands, but she shakes her head, refusing to accept it.
It was my pleasure to help.
Please, this is the least I can do.
It was my pleasure. What do you work at, Chick-fil-A? The woman urges Kira to accept the coin, but she remains firm.
When I was his age, a kind stranger gave me a coin to make my first wish too.
I feel bad.
I'm grateful that I could pay it forward, and I'm sure your son will too one day.
The mother nods, her face softening into a smile as she puts the coin
You
away.
have a good heart. Thank you again. Please, let me know if there's any other way I could repay you.
She looks back at her son, smiling. Affection makes her eyes twinkle.
Koji loves coming to the shrine. I don't quite understand it myself, but I'll keep bringing him here if it makes him happy.
Does that mean you visit often? She nods.
More often than most.
I share a glance with Kira. If this lady visits the shrine often, maybe she'll know other people who hang around here too. Ooh, good point. Do you know of an old woman who also likes to visit the shrine? She has short gray hair and likes to encourage people to make wishes. Excuse me. She pauses, thinking.
Oh, maybe you're thinking of Miss Tanaka.
Yes! Her! That name I've never heard of. Kira and I share a glance. Miss Tanaka?
Yes, I've seen her at the shrine pretty often. She reminds Koji to make a wish whenever she sees him. She always says it's the perfect opportunity for it.
Wells quickens. Could this be the woman we've been searching for? Do you know if she was at the shrine last Thursday?
She may have been. I think she's normally here on Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm not too certain of her schedule.
She was here last Thursday. It must be her. That could be her. Thank you so much. She
I'm
smiles.
happy to help.
Mama, I'm done.
Koji waves at his mother.
Koji, don't move.
He's eating. The woman thinks this before hurrying after her son. I faintly hear her scolding him as she scoops him up into her arms. Hope makes my body feel light. Excitement bubbles within me as I turn to Kira. Miss Tanaka sounds like our best lead. She nods.
Sounds like she won't be back until Monday, though.
We can live. That's 2 days. Yeah. Would you want to come back here with me on Monday?
Sure.
Great. We can head her out to school. Kira nods again.
Now that we have a lead, I'm going to head out. It's getting late, and there are a few things I need to do.
I feel that. I also need that too. Squinting, I glance at the setting sun. Orange and yellow blazes in the sky. I didn't realize it had gotten so late. Thanks again for coming with me today.
I'm glad we were able to make some progress.
That's that's how I feel about this too. I'm glad we were able to make some progress. Me too. We make our way to the shrine together, out of the shrine together. When we reach the gate, we say our goodbyes and go our separate ways. My mind is racing with thoughts of Miss Tanaka as I walk all the way home. Did I skip something? I didn't. Okay, cool. When I arrive home, I see Erilyn waiting for me in the living room. As soon as she spots me, she jumps to her feet and rushes to my side.
Finally, you're home!
But I'm not. I'm taken back by her sudden appearance. What's wrong? No, I hate that. Actually, you know what? I think I've learned recently, I hate this question. I hate what's wrong. I hate what's wrong because it instantly assumes that something is wrong. And I think recently the way that I've had interactions with people where they're just like, I'm like literally joking with someone and someone's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm just like, just nothing's wrong. Like I just came back here to like have fun, relax for a little bit, chill out. Like what's wrong assumes that like an emergency is now taking place and we need to figure out like what the issue is. And it's like, nothing's wrong. I'm just here to like do a small thing real quick and everything's fine. I'll let you know when something's wrong. I actually hate that. This dialogue bubble, I think for forever is going to drive me the wrong way. I don't like this. What's wrong is a terrible question. So much so, I would rather go with she digs me than what's wrong. And I think if you asked me that question 3 years ago, I would have gladly answered this one instead of this one. I step back away from her. Whoa, personal safe. Don't step in my bubble. She waves her hand around.
How can you worry about bubbles when I have been starving?
Oh, my bad. You're hungry. You don't want soda.
There's no food.
What do you mean there's no food?
I mean, I checked the kitchen and there was no food.
That can be possible. Aunt Emiko keeps the kitchen stocked. Did they bring everything to the bakery? Let's go take a look. I head into the kitchen. Erin follows at my heels. First thing I notice is the bread on the counter. Opening the fridge, I spot the usual staples of meat and vegetables. She doesn't know what to do with those. There's plenty of food here. Erin points to the kitchen table.
No, it's empty.
Ooh, she's like, yo. But I didn't check there because I expected it to just be served and ready for me. I put everything in the kitchen. Then what's all this?
They're ingredients to make food, not food.
Nah, bruh, they are food. You just gotta make them to... Oh, shit. No, damn it. She broke down my argument. Then put those ingredients to use. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sake. Thank you, sake. Sake? Sake? You're sake now. She looks as if I've suggested she eat her arm. There's bread, ham, and cheese. You could have easily made yourself a sandwich. Erin stares blankly.
Make a sandwich?
Oh, no. Oh, this is going to go to a terrible place, isn't it? Yes. She continues to stare at me, considering her reaction to the sandwich we ate the other morning. I have a strong feeling I know the answer to the question I'm about to get. Have you ever made a sandwich before?
Of course not.
It's easy. All you have to do is grab the bread, make sure that you add any condiments to it, grab your filling, layer them on top.
Hold on.
What?
I'm hearing a whole lot of words coming from you, but don't understand how any of that will cure me of my famine.
What's the saying? When you're privileged, equality feels like oppression. Is that what it is? The saying is something like that. I sigh, biting back my frustration. If you would listen, then you'd know. She sighs and puts a hand on her hip. Finally. Like I was saying, all you need to do is put the condiments and filling between 2 slices of bread. That's it. Erin blinked slowly, her expression remaining flat. You won't learn today. No, I'll just make it the sandwich this time. Okay, listen, you get 1 free sandwich, so I can show you the basics of how to make a sandwich. So then the next time, you can make one on your own, because all the fucking ingredients are there. It's clear, but she's just not understanding. I suppose if someone's never had to cook before, then what seems obvious and simple might not be. I wish at times people would understand that. Like, at sometimes, like, when it's your first time doing something, and you're going in completely blind into doing a certain thing, what is obvious to you immediately, we're just kind of like, oh, well, duh, you just do this. What is wrong with you? Just take yourself back for a moment and put yourself in the other person's position where they actually have no idea what you're talking about. Put yourself in their position. Because, I'm sorry, I think sometimes people just instantly assume, like, I don't understand why you don't understand this, and immediately take a defensive position on that when it's just like, oh, wait a minute. They don't understand this. Explain it to them. Why don't I make one for you? She breaks into a grin, clapping her hands together.
Excellent idea.
Right, because she might actually be excited to do that. And if it turns out that, like, you do explain it to her, and then she's just like, oh no, I'm expecting you to do this every time, then okay, she didn't actually want to learn and actually want to experience anything from that. But if she does actually learn something from it, great, you solved the problem. Settling herself into one of the dining chairs, she patiently waits for me. I move 2 slices of bread, but I grab some ham, lettuce, cheese, and mayonnaise from the fridge. I want a good spicy sandwich, though. A spicy sandwich is good. Make it normally. Like, what's... Oh, she's like normal as far, though. I'm not gonna lie, a spicy... But like, what are we talking about a spicy sandwich? Like, is he gonna put, like, some, like, spicy brown mustard on it? Or is he gonna throw, like, wasabi on the sandwich and be an asshole about this? I do think anything... Like, anything can be an art, though. Like, it doesn't have to be just, like sandwiches, any sort of food, cuisine, anything that you have to make, there is a art. There's also a little bit of a science that goes into it too, but the care that you put into it also matters. Like, but I'm afraid that this dude is like 13 years old and thinks that like, oh, sandwich making is an art. Is like, bruh, I add like a third bread slice to the sandwich, and now it's like the greatest club sandwich ever, bruh. And it's just like the most basic sandwich ever. Just make it normally, please. And to make a fuss over this, I'll just make it as if we're going to eat. I place the first slice of bread on the plate, and one by one, add on the rest of the ingredients. When it's ready, I slide the plate in front of Erin. Yeah, exactly. Give her the basics. If she wants to add more on afterwards, she can. Yeah. She glances at it and then nods, holding it daintily in her hand. She takes a bite. Erin makes a surprise.
This isn't too bad.
Yeah. Thanks, I guess. She nods and takes another bite. Erin continues to chow down on the sandwich. I guess she really is hungry. I sit down beside her. I sit down beside her as she eats. Normally, she tries to take smaller, more ladylike bites, but she seems to have abandoned that for larger mouthfuls. Oh, she's an American. Watching her relax, she almost looks like a different person. Her eyes have lost their harshness and sparkle with enjoyment. There's even a fleck of mayo on her cheek. I smile. Oh no! Suddenly, she looks up at me.
What is it?
Oh no! I did sense it. I sensed it correctly. Oh, there's a little something on your cheek. In response, she leans forward and tilts her face towards me. I freeze. Her face is inches away from me. My pulse quickens. What are you doing?
Aren't you going to wipe it off?
Oh, we haven't taught you that part. Okay, you gotta understand something here. For some strange reason, women on our planet want to feel self-sufficient and feel as if they can be respected as if they are also human beings. That may not be a thing on your planet, but I just want you to understand that here, women also have the ability to do things on their own, and you're maybe experiencing that for the first time. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face doing that. like even then, like halfway setting up that joke, like I set up the joke and then I broke the premise like halfway through it, and then even after that I was like, this joke is ridiculous. Just throw this joke out the window. Oh, disappointment drops on my stomach. I don't know what I was expecting. With a napkin in my hand, I wipe it off her. Her face dusts pink at my touch.
Is it gone?
Yeah. Once we're finished eating, Evelyn stretches in a wide yawn.
Oh my. Well, I'm going to go and rest. I've had such a long day.
A long day of what?
I'm nearly starving to death. Trying to just survive takes so much energy.
Really? Erin hides another yawn.
I'll retire to my room.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
I begin to clear the plates as she exits the kitchen. When she reaches the doorway, she pauses, briefly looking back. Curious, I look over to her.
Thank you.
Without waiting for a reply, she turns back and hurries out of the room. I smile as I continue to clean up. After the kitchen is clean, I go upstairs to my room. Mina's still out with her friends, and Aunt Emiko, Aunt Emiko and Uncle Hajime are closing up the bakery. Taking advantage of the quiet, I get started on my homework. I work until I lose focus, and then I browse the internet for a little bit. When my eyes struggle to stay open, I get ready for bed. Okay. We will end here. It was a nice little stream. For me. Well, like a stream of consciousness for me. Like, I think going for about 3.5, 4 hours was actually kind of fun to do, and just like get through a bit of a game. So you're getting to experience this like in episodes, but like I imagine like when I now do episode 4 of Ethereal Enigma, y'all be like, yo, his energy is like way more up and way more high. But like I kind of like doing this in like little phases. So I'm gonna stop here, and I will see you guys for the next episode. It was a lot of fun. Again, if you like today's video and you like the content, please leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of this.